Oh, sorry. I didn't know we're recording. I was just reading X-Men Dark Phoenix, trying to cleanse my mind after watching what honestly is a disappointing adaptation of the Dark Phoenix saga. But anyway, welcome to the review. Let's see what I fully thought of X-Men Dark Phoenix. X-Men Dark Phoenix, or actually I believe it's just called Dark Phoenix, they don't have the X-Men in the title, is directed by Simon Kinberg, who you might know or you might not know is the writer for all the previous X-Men films. And this film stars James McAvoy, Sophie Turner, Michael Fassbender, Ty Sheridan, Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult, a whole bunch of cast that you've either seen play the X-Men in either First Class, Days of Future Past, or even X-Men Apocalypse, which is honestly disappointing. But those are good, talented young cast. And I said in the intro, yes, this movie was oddly enough disappointing, and I say oddly enough because my expectation was already very low going into this film. But I'm just gonna address this right in front. First of all, at the very end, I'm gonna time myself. I'm gonna do a 1 minute thing because I say in the title as a non-spoiler. But I'm gonna do 1 minute spoiler review of what I think, because I cannot really explain my deep thoughts of why I don't like it as much without the spoiler. But yeah, I have an attachment to the X-Men Dark Phoenix storyline. I've read this storyline several times and I really love and grow with the X-Men and this story in particular. So it's hard for me to not criticize it with bias of knowing with the actual story. Regardless, that said, this film, like I said, weirdly is disappointing because even though my expectations are low, I'm just gonna tell the truth, I was honestly hoping that I haven't seen any review, but I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, so I'm like, I hope it's a good film at least. I hope it's good. So I was hoping, holding on to the edge of my seat, like hoping that at least it's going to be fun or something. And yeah, sure, the film was not awful. It was not atrocious. I feel like the average score was 4.5 in Rotten Tomatoes, and I feel like that's kind of, but again, critics are more professional, so they can be kind of harsh. I don't think it was awful or horrible or anything like that. I thought it was just fine. It was just barely fine. And will I watch it again anytime soon? No. Was I a fan of the film? No. But let's just start with the positives of what I like. The cast was good. Once again, all the performance I felt was good. James McAvoy, they're giving a new interesting layer to Professor X that we haven't seen before, and I like that take, and I like James McAvoy's take on that one. Michael Fassbender once again is back as Magneto. I like once again what he did in this one. Definitely Jennifer Lawrence. She's been phoning it in for several of the last film. I thought she was alright for this one. Nicholas Hoult was good in this one, and Sophie Turner, of course, was the star of this film as Jean Grey. I thought she was fantastic. Jessica Chastain is in this film, if you don't know. I'm not going to reveal what the character is, although her performance was kind of odd. I was not the biggest fan, but based on what she's given, I thought she was pretty good. The action were fantastic for Simon Kinberg, because he's a writer. What surprised me is the action is good and the directing was not so bad. What surprised me also was the writing was kind of awful. But the action itself, there are some really good set pieces. Something to do with a train, I'm just gonna say that, was an amazing action scene. I was really entertained by the action and the visuals. The visuals were popping, the visuals were great. The makeup, the hairstyling, the costumes. You saw it in the trailer, is the X costume. I forget, it's not Claremont, it's one, I forget whose run was it, the one with the yellow and black X costume. And I wasn't a fan of that costume when I saw it first, but in the film it works and I like the costume surprisingly. But yeah, the visuals, the costumes and the makeup, especially of like seeing Beast and Mystique, they're really, really good. And I guess this is a positive. The runtime is not very long, so it's fitting with this film because what they're doing, I guess it's fine with this kind of runtime. And now let's go to the negatives. And yeah, there are some criticism, and I'm gonna save my biggest for last to transition with this spoiler, because my biggest criticism is mainly on the story. But First of all, I'm gonna discuss the musical score. It's not really criticism. It's just more like I wish they had stick with John Ottman's score. Hans Zimmer scored this, which was surprising to me. And I did not hate the score. I like the score, but I just wish we visit John Ottman's X-Men score, because this is the last X-Men film we're gonna see from 20th Century Fox, which is once again another disappointment, because X-Men is such a great legacy. There are great films in the X-Men film. People, when they say, oh, X-Men sucks, they think of Wolverine Origins, they think of either what's that film? It's so bad I blank it out of my hand. Last Stand and Apocalypse, those are awful films, and this one might be in the conversation for that as well. We'll see. But yeah, all their films, Days of Future Past, Logan, Deadpool 2, X-Men, X2, they are first class, they're great. And John Ottman's score from the first few films were really popping, so I wish we had seen that, like, go full circle, like a legacy kind of thing, but we didn't. So it was kind of disappointing for me. And yeah, let's just get into it. Once again, I told you I have attachment to the comic, so I'm gonna refer to that. The story just doesn't work for me. The story with the Dark Phoenix and what they're doing, it's disappointing, because the Dark Phoenix as a storyline is such a good story with the characters, with the backstory. And if you know the comics, you might say, oh, Albert, they cannot do that, obviously, because they haven't laid the groundwork in building up to the storyline in the previous film, and they don't follow the comics. And all the other X-Men films, all the other superhero films, they never really adapt something fully anyway. Why should they adapt this one? Well, the thing is, we've had 2 attempts of adapting Dark Phoenix. Both of them, in my opinion, fails. And maybe it's for once they should try to adapt it, because I never seen the TV show, but I know they adapt the TV show based on the comic, and I heard it's pretty good. So why don't they just do that? And once again, they could have at least take some bits and parts from the world of this one, and they didn't really do it, aside from the set piece of 90s, which I believe this one was set in the 90s as well in the comics. And they didn't really do anything, and now I say I'm gonna put 1 minute. Let's see if I can do 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna put a 1 minute timer right here. Actually, before I put a 1 minute timer, there's one more thing that I do really like from this film, and it has nothing to do with the film itself. But if I can find this right here, yeah, it is the poster, especially this poster. Oh my god, this I cannot. Can you see? I'm just gonna put it on the screen then. This poster right here. Oh my god, this poster is so good. And alright, I'm gonna time myself 1 minute. Let's see if I can go into the spoiler territory. I need my notes about this one. Alright, my biggest complaint is that. Spoiler. My biggest complaint is that they don't follow the lore of Dark Phoenix. They, instead of having the Shi'ar Empire, which I thought Jessica Chastain is gonna play CR, or maybe the Landra from CR Empire, which you might know from the comics. She plays the Debari, and I believe the Debari was not even a big part of the comics, and they're not shapeshifters, which they make her shapeshifter. I'm not against that at all, but the fact that they make the lore, they don't even mention Dark Phoenix single time. If you watch a movie, they didn't mention Phoenix once or Dark Phoenix once at all in the film, and they make the power as if it just absorbed the Jean Grey, which makes sense, but they give it up so easily that how Jessica Chastain's character can just absorb it, hug her, and get all the power. It's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. That's not how Dark Phoenix works. And it's going to be odd, because if your one of my best moments is seeing Dazzler in the film, and that is such only a cameo, and that is not saying much for a film like this. And my timer is up. So yeah, I think I said some good spoiler stuff right there. I tried to go fast, and I'm probably gonna go in depth once again if I decided to do a spoiler review. But that is just my thoughts of this film. What do you guys think of this film? Tell me in the comment section below. Did you like it as much as I do or not? And yeah, once again, it's a fine film. The visuals were great. The writing was poor. The story was not. I wasn't pleased with the story. And yeah, I feel like giving a score of 6 is too harsh. 6.5 was too high. So I'm just gonna put it somewhere in the middle. So I'll put 6.3, I guess. There you go, 6.3 for Dark Phoenix. Alright guys, have you seen the film? Have you not? Tell me in the comment section below what you think. Am I too harsh? Am I too attached to the storyline? I shouldn't be reviewing this. Tell me in the comment section below what you think of the film. I want to hear your thoughts, and just seriously, just tell me what you know, what you want to know, because not what you want to know, what you think, because I'm really interested to hear what you guys think, especially if you guys are not familiar with the storylines. Maybe you'll have a different opinion than I do. I really want to hear it, so let me know. You can also tweet me if you don't want a comment section. You can tweet me at JAbradharma or Instagram message me or whatever, JAbradharma, if you want to talk about Dark Phoenix. And aside from that, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to this video if you want to see the channel to grow. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching my video till the very end. And if you want to check out more reviews, go check it out in my channel. It should be at the very end. You can see some recommendations. And also leave a like, and I said that already. I make trailer reactions as well. I make Schmodown reaction. I have a podcast called the Councilmen podcast, which we upload new episodes every Wednesday. So yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, ciao out.